There's been an elemental that has been like running this area for quite some time.
Elemental Jeff was talking about. I started sensing it, like stirring up, like we're stirring up the spirits, and it doesn't like that.
Right in the middle where the two pine trees are, there's this vortex of energy that you can feel when you step into it.
A lot of REM pod activity.
Cemetery!
And we could hear chains. Like, it sounded like they would go from like the left to the right.
Move like jewelry or anything that you had on? I heard like a chain.
It's very much, there's a presence of the railroad workers.
Did you work on the railroad?
But I've seen this thing at work. I know what it can do. It's definitely feeding, and this thing seems to be getting much bigger.
The SWP Crew is back, just outside of Salem, near Flinderation Tunnel. But this time, we're not investigating there. We are going to be investigating the cemetery on top of the hill. Our friend Casey Maxwell told us a little about the cemetery during her interview for our investigation of Flinderation Tunnel.
The cemetery is associated with Enon Baptist Church at the end of the road, and there are people buried there that were born in the 1700s. And so I believe that the cemetery was there first and that they built through it. And that would align really well with disturbances happening ahead of time, and then things like digging up the land there. And, you know, they talk about the remains of people just dripping down through the tunnel. And then there's a big association with water and water being a conduit and touching the water and people being completely freaked out by that. There used to be old like cast iron rod gates that were up there. So when you come up the road, there's a slight pull off where you can just walk right up into the graveyard. But for whatever reason, the gates were on another road off to the right, and they were really big, and it seemed like it would have been an entranceway into the graveyard itself, but it was an entirely different road that they were made for. And there used to be a doll head stuck on one of the stakes at the top of the gate, and it was always smiling at you when you walked in, but when you left, it was frowning.
In this episode, I'm going to introduce you to Jeffrey Steele, a local historian and paranormal researcher who's had experiences at both locations, and he believes something negative haunts the hollows of Salem, West Virginia.
So my family actually owns the property that surrounds the cemetery, and have since the late 1800s. We had our dairy farm there in 1910. Then the family opened a garage right beside the cemetery later on, where they worked on vehicles and things like that. There's a tree specifically in that cemetery called Grandfather Oak that my family sort of watches over because of certain burials that have happened there, certain rituals that went on around this large oak tree. Stories that we don't know that are still sort of coming out about this. One that I recently heard of was the monkey baby. I guess the baby was born with like faux fur. Don't know if they buried it themselves and did away with it, but supposedly somewhere up there is what they termed the monkey baby. Right in the middle where the two pine trees are, there's this vortex of energy that you can feel when you step into it. Right up the hill from that, there's a place where I was sitting one night and kind of very much felt like wings, but then it also, you could tell that you were like being watched. Just recently, me and my brother were actually going through the tunnel. I had brought along some of my paranormal equipment, and he's sort of started having a conversation with this entity that we were feeling, an older gentleman who was like in charge of the workers who were working on the tunnel. And he said something to it that offended it, and it came through crystal clear on the EVP. Listen here, son. We started walking back up the tunnel, and we could hear chains. Like, it sounded like they would go from like the left to the right, or then they would move from the right to the left, and they were moving like pretty fast. And then the next thing I know, my brother was like, was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? And he's like, did you hear that? He said, I thought a dog was right in front of me. It's very weird to be in the middle of the tunnel, because when you're looking east, there's a certain story that plays out that way compared to the story that plays out when you're looking west. So when we look west, we often see the woman in white walk back and forth in that tunnel. But when you look in the other direction, it's very much, there's a presence of maybe the history of the railroad workers. I think when it comes to railroad worker slaves, these were lives that I don't think mattered to certain people. They were immigrants in our area. They weren't considered necessarily in the population. So I think that there was a complete disregard for the life. I don't know that many of them got a proper burial. I think that you walk along those tracks and there could be anywhere left or right a body. There's been an elemental that has been like running this area for quite some time, and it used to mainly stick to Raccoon Run and kind of trick and fool and do dastardly things to the people on that road. What I've sort of found out is that thing has sort of spread its radius, so to speak. And so we're seeing traces of it now, not just in the cemetery, but we've seen it in the tunnel. It feels like this energy of when Salem, the town, burnt in 1901. It feels very much like an energy of that magnitude, of maybe possibly taking on all of that, the energies that have haunted these hollows, that have haunted these hills, and it just sort of feeds this thing that now is starting to expand its radius. And I've definitely felt that up in that graveyard. But it's not just there. This thing is hopping hollows. This thing is what we sometimes refer to as a ridge runner. You'll get like a Native American spirit that we call like ridge runners, who sort of like keep an eye out from the top. Because back in those days, if you valley-wise, if you were traveling the valley, that left you prone to attacks from both sides. So a lot of times, like, we have Revolutionary Road, and that's like back during the Revolutionary War. They would travel the ridges as a group to patrol the area. You wouldn't want to get caught in a valley between these things. They were being taken out by the James Embedon raids left and right because they didn't want the ammunition or the salt from the Ohio River coming in to feed the soldiers. There were battles going on all along this stretch because this is where all of the ammunition and the pertinent things that were needed for weapons was coming from. It's definitely feeding on the energies that are at a lower vibration. Anything that would cause sadness, death in the family, which I think is, maybe why it's hanging around the graveyard type thing. It's that kind of stuff feeds this thing. And this thing seems to be getting much bigger than what it used to be. So I've had experience with this thing, particularly on Raccoon Run, because that's where my grandmother lived. I've been almost face to face with it. I felt it when I was younger. My grandmother even invited it into her house because my grandmother was a very eccentric lady, studied the occult, studied Madame Blavatsky, did tarot cards, was considered a witch in her time. She never identified as that, but that's what people would consider her as. She invited this thing into her house because she saw what it was doing to her friends and family who lived along that road, and she thought she could dispel it. And it did come into her house, and she was able to dispel it from the house. And I think that she actually did diminish some of its energy. But my grandmother has been gone for quite some time. Some of the people that she helped during her lifetime are now coming back to me because they know I'm a descendant of hers, and are now having these same problems and asking me to help them, which is very scary, because for me to think, if my grandmother didn't have the power to get rid of it, do I? But I've seen this thing at work. I know what it can do. Making sure that you take the precautions necessary to make sure that it doesn't follow you, that it doesn't attach to you, is of the highest importance.
So can we validate Jeffrey's claims? Are the spirits of this area not at rest? And will this elemental entity make itself known? Tonight we are outside of Salem, West Virginia, really, really close to Flinderation Tunnel. Tonight,
Frogs are going crazy.
I wasn't doing that, and then I said Flinderation Tunnel. We have a special guest with us. We have Casey Maxwell here with us.
Hey guys.
You may recognize Casey from the Flinderation Tunnel episode. She told us about this cemetery, and Casey, you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, as far as we know, it's associated with Enon Baptist Church around the corner. It's 183 years old today, and
Rim.
What did that say?
Hello?
Hello. Should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah. Hello there. My name's Danny. I'm here with my friends Marcus and Casey. And it seems like you have found something sitting here in the cemetery with a red light. If you walk up to it and touch it.
What did it say?
You can play with that device. If you walk towards it, it will light up different colors. It will make some noises. If anyone is here with us, we would love for you to come and speak with us. We'd love to hear who you are, why you are here.
We certainly mean no intrusion at all. We mean absolutely no disrespect. hoping maybe we can talk to you a little bit. It's probably been a while since anybody came and talked to you.
I'm gonna run on the... I mean, it might look a little bad, but if anyone is here with us, you can feel free and walk over to this device on this post with the red light. We also have this device over here, the green light. I'll pick it up. If you want to come forward and make yourselves known, you can. It's very good. You can keep touching that if you'd like.
If you can remember me, I was gonna say touch the light.
Ooh, I heard something in the trees. Can you tell us your name? Oh, it's a big ass moth.
They're excited to play.
Oh yeah. And it said play on your device.
It said a plane and point.
Plane and point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. If you keep touching it.
Plane as in A-I-N or A-N-E?
A&E. I switched to Ghost Tube, but this one isn't Ghost Tube.
A lot of REM pod activity.
Cemetery!
Ooh,
Oh shit.
interesting. Yes.
Yes, we're in a cemetery.
Are you aware that you're in a cemetery?
What?
It's gonna blow it up.
Do you know, can you tell us how long you've been here? Or how long you think you've been here?
The device Casey is holding is saying words. And it can make words. Can you tell us what year you were brought here? Or your first or last name, please? Giant moth over there.
There's a moth the size of a small chicken on the light. Definitely hearing some stuff in the trees. But it is the woods.
We would love for you to come forward and to touch the device in my left hand with the green light. It's very similar to the
Thanks.
face. If you would like to show your face in these green lights over here, that would be amazing.
What I'm picking up mentally is just like a lot of chatter. Like you stirred shit up. Yeah. Like they're ready to like, nobody's coming down this for them.
Yeah.
They get to like finally connect in this way with actual technology,
Not just visitors.
yeah.
Are you happy that we're here? If it's all right that we're here, can you make that go off one more time?
Can you make that device over on that post, go off again. If you're excited that we are here to communicate with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're excited to be here too.
It's crazy, man.
Can you tell us how many people we're talking to?
Thing is excited.
It just making me think about the last one that you investigated that I just watched. It didn't stop going off. It was the most unified action I'd ever seen on that.
Yeah. Old hospital.
Can you tell us how old you are? What was that?
Me turning the EVP thing back on.
Oh.
I had to mess with my audio.
Do you know why you're here? Do you know that you are dead?
I'm gonna set this back down over here. I'll just lay it just like that. And ringing? No.
It's like as soon as you set that down, I thought that was part of the price.
Slave.
Slave.
Oh.
Right before that, I was gonna say that elemental that.
Did they look up?
I think when it comes to railroad worker slaves, these were lives that I don't think mattered to certain people. They were immigrants in our area. They weren't considered necessarily in the population. So I think that there was a complete disregard for the life. I don't know that many of them got a proper burial. I think that you walk along those tracks and there could be anywhere left or right a body.
Did you work on the railroad?
Yeah, they were all like Italian immigrant Chinese workers, I believe. Knock. Could you knock on a tree for us?
Whoa.
That was fucking so loud.
Could you knock on a tree for us? Tree for us? Tree for us?
Whoa.
That was fucking so loud. Bro. I got really quiet.
Are we in any kind of danger being here? Is there something or an energy that we should be aware of?
Yes, that elemental Jeff was talking about. I started sensing it, like stirring it, like we're stirring up the spirits. And it doesn't like that. And when it said slave, I think the spirits are actually slaves to this entity here.
I'm gonna check. So I'm actually gonna turn this light off.
Red. It's a red light that you're playing with.
What's your name?
It's a lot creepier with the light off.
Yes.
So I think it'd be a perfect time to bring out Ghost Tube Vox and try it out. You know, it always gets weird whenever we do this, so.
I don't have that one.
If anyone is here with us and would like to come speak, I have this device in my right hand, and you can walk up to it and say your name, who you are, what you're doing here.
My hands are very shaky for some reason. Like, they never shake this much.
You've been shaky all evening, man.
Popped out.
Can you speak a little bit clearer, please?
She was in her job.
Is there someone here, or is there something here?
Devil?
Is there something here that the people of the land are afraid of? What did it say?
Ring.
Well, your ears were ringing a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Can you come and speak clearer into the device? Do you like the REM pod?
Wait a minute.
What?
Did you just move, like, jewelry or anything that you have on?
No.
I heard, like, a chain. It was right behind me.
No.
Yeah.
There's this, but apparently condition. That was clear. That was very clear. Thank you. Are you happy with the condition of this place, or did you pass away of some sort of condition? Bike. It takes.
Yeah, that was really clear.
Thank you for coming through so clear. Can you tell us your name, please? What was that?
Ida?
I heard Edward, or is it Edward? Is that your name? Can you tell us your name, please? What was that?
Ida?
I heard Edward, or is it Edward? Is that your name? Okay, so you're liking the rim. Dude, film that. Film that. Circling around us.
We were told of an incident that happened at the bottom of the hill here. A gentleman...
Shit.
What did that say?
It sounded like it said, "I'll take you."
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
No shit. It said, "I'll take you."
Did you take that man sitting in his car? If you did, why?
What frightened that man to death? Over that?
Yeah. It was like a cry out.
Yeah.
That was like painful. Her words were painful.
Easter?
Eastern.
I wonder what
Sun went down, that's west. So that would make that south, east.
So this is east right here.
Yeah.
It's very weird to be in the middle of the tunnel because when you're looking east, there's a certain story that plays out that way compared to the story that plays out when you're looking west. So when we look west, we often see the woman in white walk back and forth in that tunnel. But when you look in the other direction, it's very much, there's a presence of maybe the history of the railroad workers.
Who are we speaking with, and who is communicating through the REM pod? Who is interacting with the REM pod? Is there a lot of people here? I know that the lights are like hitting a bunch of different things, but it just feels like a wall.
Yeah.
Right, like just walking this thing.
And I'm really thankful that we have it because what was that? Can you move through these green lights that are in front of us?
Very, very slight breeze. It just feels that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I keep feeling like the presence of this woman, and till I heard that voice, it's like it made her more clear. And it is like a lady in white, but it's different. You know, like we used to be
Right.
like female. But when I picture them around us, it's like a solid ring of gray.
Yeah, like there's and like it doesn't feel like it's like right here. It's literally around this circle that we've made.
There was a new addition to this field tonight. Did that disturb grounds here by any means, or is it a welcomed addition?
The Foster, something Foster. That's what it sounded like to me. Do you like Jeffrey and his mother?
Did it say, do you want a triplet?
I hope not.
Because I said there was one addition made, and
Do you know Jeffrey and his mother? They were here earlier. Bless you.
oh, gross. I hate you. Is that what it said?
I think it said I hurt you.
Or was it making fun of me? Was that a sneeze? I hate you.
It felt like
Oh yeah.
It felt like a grandmother's voice too. Like, oh,
Yeah.
small child, wee baby.
Thought I heard something Daniel, but Daniel's not my name. Thought I heard hi Daniel.
Just Danny.
It's just Danny. But people do call me Daniel. Don't like it.
It's not working for me.
Do you like being here? Is it a peaceful area? Well.
Let me tell you, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, well. You think I like being here?
I mean, it's at least a pretty landscape.
I have a question that I want to ask, but I want to wait for like the noise to die down a little bit.
It's easy to forget about it until something like that goes away.
Pro.
Trying to.
Keep filming that, man. So my question is, I got this camera on me if you want to keep filming the REM pod.
Yeah, I heard something behind me, I swear to God. And I heard that noise again. That same oomph. That's not where it came from the other day.
Well, that might go in line with what I'm about to ask. With them. So my question is, is there something going on with the tunnel in this cemetery? And are there creatures that protect the land? According to the
Foreman? That's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
according to the foreman. Like the foreman of the tunnel being built.
Yeah. That or like that plane of existence, like that realm of entity.
Yeah.
Like
The
Marcus
foreman
was
of that
talking
realm.
about how you can break down realms and like there's hierarchy levels, right? Like a governing system.
Is the foreman the
It's just a bug. It's just a bug. So, yeah, sorry.
is the foreman the elemental energy that's here?
So cool.
What did it say?
Oh, according to the foreman.
Who's the foreman?
It was something. What about the creatures that I had asked about? What about the creatures that I had asked about? Do they protect the tunnel? These small creatures?
Cornered?
Report. Is there a governing system of entities? Does the foreman have to report? Is someone keeping log of everything that's taking place?
I think it said environmental.
It sounded like someone was walking down that road.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. Like gravel crunching.
Yeah.
What did it say?
I don't know.
With a low.
It's a love?
Something low. There's something below. Spooky something. Thank you. Scissors. Oh, that sounded gross.
Look at it, Fred.
It said, I didn't deserve it.
Look at it, Fred.
It said, I didn't deserve it.
Is that what it said?
It said, I didn't deserve it. Did you not deserve to die? Did something bad happen to you? You can let us know by touching that device. It's real faint, like, not even a word. Did something bad happen to you? Yeah.
Something's preventing them from talking when it comes to like the gruesome details. Like if we help them in any way, then like some spirits can't move on, right? And then things can't feed.
Is something not allowing you to speak? And if so, can you at least tell us who or what that is? Shit.
What was that?
I was back there, bro.
What did it just say right there?
There are graves over there in the tree lines, like the brush is burning.
Yeah.
And they're all broken and fallen over. They're really old. And the ledgers, there's actually photo ledgers on the Facebook page for this. Some of the people buried here were born in 1812.
Oh, wow.
How many of you are here with us right now? How many of you are here with us right now?
Jim Mark.
Did it say for Mark?
Yeah. Male?
Milk. So like that shed that's over there, it sounds like something's tapping like on the metal.
Oh, yeah.
I hear it.
Should we not be here right now?
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be a Tommy, would it?
It sounds like that. It said knock earlier too. I didn't even think of it.
Yeah. Well, the creatures that I was referring to.
That was a sign. Is that what it said?
I missed it. Yeah, the creatures that I was referring to is the Tommyknockers.
Right.
Are there Tommyknockers here with us? Protecting this land?
Oh fuck! Didn't like that, dude. Something's.
That laugh was great. What the fuck was that?
Dude, something's
They're
here.
laughing with us.
Something's here.
We're all a bunch of little gremlins right now.
Should we be concerned?
Being fueled by... Being fueled by what?
Our energy. We're being fueled by them.
It's definitely feeding on the energies that are at a lower vibration. Anything that would cause sadness, death in the family, which I think is, you know, maybe why it's hanging around the graveyard type thing. It's that kind of stuff feeds this thing.
You're the newer.
That is a door. Something about a door.
Or near the door.
Near
maybe.
the door is what I heard.
Is there a portal here?
Yeah.
Is it reasonable to believe that all cemeteries have gateways?
Sounds like a knock.
That did sound like a knock.
Just through here and not out here.
I feel weird when it gets quiet.
I'm getting bad vibes.
Whoa.
Some shadow play. I thought I was seeing eyes earlier, but it could have been dogs.
Would that be a house over there? You see that orange light?
Or maybe it's
It's like right, like this is my line of vision. If you're just like, is that the? It's gotta be the house that's on the side of Flinderation Tunnel, right? Yeah. Okay.
yeah, there's a street light right there, I think, where you park.
Yeah. Can you say the name of the tunnel that is right near this cemetery, or the road that that tunnel is on?
That's the second time I've heard that noise. Dude, I'm getting bad vibes.
I feel like it wants us to go to that creepy shed or all that shit.
Jump.
I don't know. Well, I'm not going over the creepy shed.
Second.
Trying to lure us.
I'm sticking right here where I'm comfortable.
Ooh, I don't know what I just heard, but I heard it with my ears. And I didn't like it.
And it's like a tapping. It's not like a wood tapping.
Yeah.
It's really consistent.
Well, again, not going over there. I'm gonna stay right here. Will you?
It's one of those things that's trying to lure you in. It's like, there's stuff over here. Mischievous.
Not going over there. What? What? Did you just randomly decide to point it towards there? Yeah, we're gonna stay right here
Something like that.
for a little bit longer.
Switch up the vibe. Do you guys remember about a month or so ago I brought my sisters here? It was their first time visiting the graveyard. Thread. Like tethering. Like connections. That's what I'm feeling. Cords. Thread. We got some good mirror. My sisters really liked being here. One of them in particular was being drawn into the woods. Can you tell me about the energies that was drawing her towards the woods?
8 years or so.
It seemed like 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years
Or
or
so.
something. Yeah.
8 years or so. When would I have last been here? Someone's buried, newly buried.
Nice.
I just heard someone whisper.
It's you. Well, just to let you know,
I'm discriminating.
I discriminate. Yeah.
Oh, that was so specific.
Well, I
I
know.
know, they're like having a whole conversation between themselves, like.
Well, just to let you know, we're gonna wrap this up here. But if you would like for us to come back,
Hit that like and subscribe button.
if you would like us to come back, will you go over to the red light sitting on the post over there, and will you make it alarm again for us one final time? If you would like for us to come back and do this again. Or if you would like other people to come here.
They like the idea of it.
I'm like, this is too much fun.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. At some point, I promise that we will return. Yes. Notice how it was so silent for all that time, and then I ask it to do it, and it does it. Thank you. We're gonna get wrapped up, but we promise that we will be back to do some more investigating, and we'll bring other people here with us next time as well.
Well, we had a great time talking with you, but please don't come home with any of us.
Yes.
You need to stay here.
Yes, you need to stay. You can't follow us home.
I mean, you can go wherever you want. The interstate's right there. It can take you wherever, but just don't come home with any of us,
It
please.
said we can. Thought I heard it say we can too.
2.
No shit.
Yeah. Yes, we can too.
No, you gotta,
You gotta stay.
Stay here, please.
So thank you so much for interacting with us, speaking with us. And wow, that is going on really long.
Doesn't want us to go. They're like, come on.
No, we're gonna pack up. Do you want to hit that again? Alright, well, I'm gonna turn off Ghost Tube Box, so we're just gonna close that. If you want us to do more investigations like this, smaller ones, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow all of us on Instagram, and support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/SpiritWalkParanormal. Oh shit. Okay.
We've officially
We're officially done. The lights are. I was gonna use that light to walk back to the car. We're done.
Although we spent a short period of time at Enon Baptist Cemetery, it seems the spirits wanted to make themselves known, as I wasn't expecting to have any activity through the REM pod.
183 years old today, and
Rim.
What did that say?
Is it possible that the forgotten railroad worker slaves are still lingering, searching for peace?
you just let that down. I thought that was part of the price. Slave.
And is the elemental entity hopping the hollows, feeding on the energies surrounding Salem, West Virginia?
Should we be concerned?
Being fueled by what?
This investigation was most certainly an interesting one, and I feel that there is more research and investigating to be done in the area. So it looks like we'll be making our way back to Salem, West Virginia sometime in the future.